Today, I'm rebuilding my PC inside a new case called the Segotep Phoenix G5. This case is pretty unique, has a lot of different features that may entice you to buying it, and also it's budget friendly. So if you want to buy this case and its other iteration, then maybe this video is for you because I'll be talking about my experience building inside the case, what fits, what doesn't, all those sort of things. Oh, and yeah, by the way, my name is Alan from m-atx and welcome to this new video. And as I have stated at the start of the video, I am replacing my case with this Segotep case. But why is that? Well, I mainly built my PC with the NZXT H510, but I never knew that, I'll be getting better parts that will make more heat. So the case airflow is just not sufficient anymore. Let me roll this clip to better explain that.
So yeah, this is what we got for the NZXT H510 case. For the GPU, around 7,400 points. CPU multi-core is around 840 points. CPU single core is 95 points. So that's what we got. And then if we're about to check the Temps special on the CPU, we got 91, 96, 91, but for the package 91.5. And people says that, for AMD it's usually 95 max. Well, for our GPU down here, GPU package right here, 73.4C. So that's like kind of the first time I stressed out both the CPU and GPU at the same time. But this case, we're changing it to this one right here. This is the Segotep Phoenix G5, and yeah, that's the case that we're switching to.
Now, you've seen the temperature, so let's move on to the case itself.
And this is the case right here. The first thing that you're gonna notice is there's no PSU shroud. So there's actually no PSU shroud in this case, so you can basically fit everything in here without thinking about your cables if they're not gonna fit, because they are gonna fit, it's just they might be exposed. Next thing is the motherboard orientation. As you can see, usually you're gonna see it like from top to bottom, but this thing is sideways. So basically, these PCIe brackets or standoffs that you can remove, so you can insert your card vertically this way, which is kind of cool. And your motherboard is gonna go this way. So most of the air coolers out there are going that direction if you place them in this case. So good thing for you, you can still have exhaust on the top. But since I'm using a water-cooled system right there, my rads is gonna face this way, pump air out this way. And one other cool thing, at least for me, the window is on the right side. Yes, on the right side. That's my NZXT case right there. And right now, that fan is the exhaust, which means it's pulling air from nowhere. So yeah, and there's also no proper intakes. For this one, it's gonna fit in my setup because it's gonna go through here, go to the GPU, so it goes this way, and then the CPU right here with the rad exhaust the CPU heat. Now I know everything's gonna fit. Also, it has the hard drive bay right there. I'm only gonna put one hard drive inside because my motherboard, when you have two M.2, 4 of the SATA ports aren't gonna work, so I only have 2 SATA ports. So I'll just put it right here, get some airflow, and then use the bottom part to maybe hide some cables that I don't use. But yeah, let's get to building.
Oh, and yeah, before anything else, this case comes with some stuff, of course, some screw standoffs, fan screws, and zip ties.
And for the people who would wonder how I managed to take this front panel off, well, on the bottom part, there's kind of like etched sides wherein you can pull it off and just yank it out of the case. Make sure you just gently yank it off from the bottom and don't do anything with the top. You just kind of go from there.
I also just want to remind you guys that this is not a tutorial of how to build a PC, but more of a showcase of how certain things go in this particular case. And just so you can see what fits, what doesn't fit, and how things work around the case. Again, not a building guide. Now let's talk about the case. Now the case can handle ATX, m-atx, and ITX. For the graphics card, it can accommodate at least 293 mm of graphics card if you have any hard drives installed. But if you remove the whole hard drive bay, it can accommodate up to 320 mm of a graphics card. So that's pretty good. Compatibility, PSU, no problem. Even my EVGA Supernova G Plus 850 watts is fitting in this case, and there's a tad bit more space. Case fans, 3 on the front, 2 on the back, 1 on top, although the 1 on top doesn't really have a proper mount. What you can do is kind of do DIY sort of stuff, such as double-sided tape, because the fan clearly can fit in there, it just doesn't have the screw stands off. The price. Now this case, I bought it for around 2,500 PHP, Philippine peso, or 45 USD. Now on their official website, it costs 120 USD, which I think is wrong because you can find it on probably Amazon, Shopee, Lazada, Taobao, Temu for the same price that I got it. So I'll just try to link down whatever I can find on the description down below. So make sure to check the description. Now let's talk about the delivery. So I got my case fairly quickly, much earlier than the expected date of arrival. It is also packaged very well, just as you expect with any other PC case out there. Great quality cardboard with foam paddings all over the place and plastic cover. That's about it. What about building the case? You've actually seen it first, secondhand, but you've seen it. I built fairly quickly in the case, pretty fast actually, because you can basically take off everything. Take off the front panel, the top part, semi-top part, the side panel, and the tempered glass. You can easily access everything, and it's just easy all around. There's no much problem with the case. Even the cable management. Cable management is great. There's a lot of holes everywhere. You can easily like put your wiring and whatsoever. I know the backside of my case doesn't look as beautiful as someone professional doing it. I know someone can make better use of the backspace in there, but that's just not me. The PSU shroud is not there, or the hard drive shroud. But honestly, I'll take it over my old NZXT H510, because on that case, my cables felt cramped, like they can break. I know they wouldn't, but that's just a feeling of mine. And knowing that every single cable just fits normally in my case without having any problems, without any tension, then that's kind of like a big peace of mind for me. Overall, this case is pretty great. It has unique set of features, unique style, great premium quality build, and also very budget friendly. But there's one last question. How did it perform compared to the NZXT H510, my previous case? And that's about it. Again, my name is Alan from One.Tech. Make sure to check out my socials, both for One.Tech and my personals. Thanks so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.